Hey, what's going on, friends? My podcast every day is broken up into two parts on the free platform. The first part, Act 1, is right now. When it's all done, go right on over to Act 2 to get the second half of the podcast. Thank you so much for checking out my show. Oh, hello. Welcome in to the Eric Zane Show podcast, a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures from right here in the Impact Power Sports Studio. Impact Power Sports online at impactpowersportsmi.com, where I will be joining the folks at Impact Power Sports back at the scene of the crime, the Grand Rapids Camper and RV Show, coming up in a couple of weeks. If you go to impactpowersportsmi.com, check out their great selection of ATVs, UTVs, motorcycles, e-bikes. I was just talking with Nick in the arena this past weekend, and he was telling me about the exceptional product line. He's purchased a couple of amazing vehicles that are just so much fun at Impact Power Sports. Thank you, Nick, for going there and mentioning your old pal, EZ. Not really sure where to begin today. I have a lot to discuss. You know what I want to do? I want to get to the Fatathon. The latest on the Fatathon. Now, when we last spoke about the Fatathon, last week at this point, Kenny weighed in, and, he's down like a half a pound. You know how he is. Down a half a pound, up a half a pound for the past however many weeks we've been doing this. And I pointed out, I go, dude, since you started this, after all the up and down, you have lost a total of 2.2 pounds. That's like miserable on the Fatathon. And, that was the last we heard of him. I sent him a text because he wasn't there on the show. And I don't know, maybe he was watching and he didn't like what I said. I'm not sure why he's gone. But, I'm just shocked because I reached out. I go, hey, buddy, where are you? We've missed you the last couple days. And he indicated he's going to be gone for the next month. So we thought perhaps he had to go to jail. We don't know. But he is MIA. Now, it's one thing to be MIA, but this is the first time in about the last 5 months that he hasn't. Let me just double check my email. No, he has not sent in a weigh-in amount. So one can only wonder. One can only speculate what is going on in the noggin of Kenny. I'm only speculating that me saying, hey, Kenny, get your head out of your ass. Let's get to work. I mean, that's been no different for anybody on the Fatathon for the past 20 weeks, damn it, between Kenny, Jeremy, and now Amanda, who is involved in this. For a while, it was just Kenny and Jeremy trying to be less gross. So unless you as an audience thinks that there was something that was below the belt, I don't. The point of Fatathon was audience members send me their starting weight, and then we monitor their progress like a nice little story arc and gauge how they're doing. That was it. And with the accountability factor of me talking about you on the podcast. So, Jeremy, let's get to today's weigh-in because I do not have anything from Kenny as I indicated. So God knows what is going on there. Let's see. Amanda says you beat the shit out of them. Well, yeah, that's part of it. It's the and by design. And I don't think anybody going into the Fatathon would be not pleased with that. Everybody who goes into Fatathon knows that they sign up for Fatathon knowing that I won't let their bullshit slide. Okay? So, all in an effort to improve yourselves. And I always go hard on the insults just as hard as I go on the compliments on people who deserve it. Okay? So I don't want to say too much and then it like not be the case, but I don't have any rhyme or reason for the missing in action. So I guess we'll find out over time. I do think that we would need to be owed an explanation like, hey, what's going on? Jeremy says, I never expected EZ to be nice to me. That's why it's working. And boy, is it. Thank you, Jeremy. Jeremy is now down another 3.7 pounds. He started on Fatathon at 335.4. And now he's down to 275.6. My God. To put him at minus 59.8 pounds. Jeremy, seriously, you keep hitting the average of right around 3.5 a week for however many weeks now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I don't know why I thought it was 20. Outstanding. Outstanding. I can't say enough about that. Let me address a comment right here. Gabe Jr. is in the house. One of my sweet Honduran brothers. He says, hey, Easy, it's Gabe Jr. When's the next paintball event? Brother, I don't know. And I apologize for that. Rick tried to get one going in December, but I was booked. So as soon as I find out, I will let you know, young man. Gabe Jr. is the son of Gabe, who bought my scooter off me. And what's interesting is for the last 6 years doing the paintball events, I've seen Gabe Jr. go from a young man, a little guy, to a young man. He's like blown up. That's like the craziest thing to see a kid grow so rapidly. Anyway, you will be the first to know. I will let your dad know right away. So back to Jeremy now. Let's do some easy math. I love this part of the show. 59.8 divided by 16. Right on there, man. You hit 3.7 loss this past weigh-in. You're averaging 3.73. Dude, just focus. Keep doing the same goddamn thing. I am so happy with you. I am proud of you, goddammit. You've let nothing slow you down. You've had people die, and you haven't slowed down. Your father, Feech Lamana, he passed away. You ate a little bit that week, but now, boom, fuck that shit. That is ridiculous, man. All right. Now we turn our attention to Amanda, who started out at 316.8. And I want to get to a email from her. She writes, this week I held myself in moderation. I gave myself a couple of treat times, and I had a slip last Monday. I had some jelly beans. Friday night was the lesbian wedding, where I had one piece of cake rather than 2 or 3 like I normally would, and a cookie. And Sunday night at bowling, I had 4 shots of sour liquor. I haven't started getting on my treadmill yet. That is the next step, but I'm still focusing on the eating right now. She also pointed out in transparency, she wrote, I thought I would also share with you my weight back in 2019 after I had my surgery. That was the last time I weighed myself in this app. All right. So the procedure was a bariatric procedure. And she's showing me that in 19, she weighed 247.8. So obviously, she has put considerable time and effort into gaining mass. And just an outstanding effort on that part. Let's see. Easy math, 316.8. So that means in, okay, you haven't gained 24,000 pounds. I think I hit a wrong key. You have gained 69 pounds. So that's how much weight you've gained and what you want to be able to do with some black guy soon after you lose the weight. So you averaged an 11.5 pound weight gain a year for the last 6 years. 11.5 doesn't sound like a lot, but when you add it up, it does. All right. So you're starting at 316.8. Today, she weighs in at 311.6. She has lost 5.2 pounds. Something to build on. That's outstanding. Like I said, I give the good news, good compliments with the bad insults when shit doesn't go your way. So we don't accept excuses. I'm very proud of you. Great work, Amanda. 1 week in the books. 1 week in the books. When I look at what the boys did when they first started, like Jeremy's first week, he was down 7.2, I believe. No, I take that back. No, Jeremy was ridiculous. His first week, he dropped like 14 pounds. You know all that water weight? That was unbelievable. All right. So that's where we are. That's all I have for you on Fatathon. That's fucking great. Outstanding job. Chris says, I'm just joining in. Did Kenny send an update or is he still on his break? Yeah, we speculated a little bit about it, Chris. We are in the dark as to what's going on. And he did not send in a fat update. So I am guessing he has quit on himself entirely. But that I shouldn't speculate, but it's very difficult to not. You know, part of me wants to just say he's sitting around feeling sorry for himself. Or he's in jail. I hope to God I'm wrong about both of those things. Amanda's fired up. She says, yeah, no more cake for me. You see, that's how it is. You get a little bit of success and you're like, all right, I can do this. Amanda, you can be under 300 pounds in 1 week. At the worst, 2 weeks. You know? All right. Keep it up. I'm happy for you guys. It's only going to get better. You just keep at it. Focus. Try not to get lost in any of the nonsense. All right. Nick says maybe he got cast on The Biggest Loser TV show. Tyler says he's posting on Facebook, so probably not jail. Corey, I'm not going to read what you wrote because I don't want you to insult him like that. I want you to stay focused, okay? He didn't do anything to you, so quit beating the shit out of him and leave him alone. Okay? Let's see. Jeremy writes, this weekend is going to be a tricky one. My buddy is the head brewmaster at a brewery, and he's shutting down for his birthday party and the Lions on Saturday. Just got to practice self-control. All right. And with that, the Lions are set with their opponent. They play this fucking ragtag cardiac kid out of nowhere Washington Commander team who marched into Tampa and beat Baker and the Buccaneers with a last-second field goal. This was something else, this game. Jaden Daniels is the quarterback for, what do you call it? Washington. Let's see. Awful. And they got it done with a last-second field goal
to send
in this game. They got down in field goal range, and then here you go. This is the final play in the game to score this field goal and win it. And here you go.
Gonzalez looking.
And it has the radio Washington play-by-play announcers, too. They go crazy.
To send Washington into the divisional round. Snap good, hold down, kick on its way.
Okay, that noise, that was the ball bouncing off the upright. And it went in.
It is good! The Cardiac Commanders are the Clutch Commanders! They do it again! We'll see you in Detroit!
And Jay Gonzalez kicks in the door and kicks us into the second round of the playoffs!
London.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Outstanding job by them. That team has been shitty for a long time. But now they come to Detroit. We shall see how this goes. I don't know if you watched the Green Bay Packers game. But all throughout that game, their players kept getting injured. Like one of their top receivers or their top receiver went down and he hit his head against the turf and he was out like a light. They had to carry his ass off the field. He was so out of it. And then there was just one after the other players getting injured. And then another receiver got hit and his arm fell off. As Green Bay, and they still had a shot, and Philly ends up winning it at home. The Buffalo Bills, they beat the shit out of the Denver Broncos in Buffalo. Was there another game over the weekend? Didn't the Ravens play? I think the Ravens won. I don't know. I barely remember anything. Scattershot sports update with your old pal Easy. And then, so the Ravens, I think they beat Pittsburgh. And then Houston, they beat, I don't even remember. But they won. And then tonight, the fucking Vikes and the Rams. They moved the Rams game to Arizona because of those fires. There you go. Jeremy says Houston beat the Chargers. All right. And we are off and rolling on the Eric Zane Show podcast. Thank you to Jeremy. Jeremy created, not Jeremy, my bad. Chris in Buffalo, who's probably celebrating the Bills' victory. He went ahead and made me a new intro for Who Are These Free Beers? And my God, this is spectacular. Can't wait to share this with you. The new Who Are These Free Beers intro.
Did you miss when Free Beer said this?
Stop saying things that are wrong. I want to hear about someone else's misery. Is that right? Dog feces?
Cream. Great. Cream cheese. Graham cracker. Cream cheese. How do you guys say cream? No, but there's an entire podcast that'll find content on whether or not you cut your hair. So, bye.
It's right, I'm here for it.
Because it's literally all they've got. Let me make a weird noise for you. Fuck you, loser.
Who are these free beers?
A lot of Easter eggs in there. My favorite Easter egg, the intermittent free beer fake sniffles.
Did you miss when Free Beer said this?
Stop saying things that are wrong. I want to hear about someone else's misery. Is that right? Dog feces?
Cream. Great. Cream cheese. Graham cracker. Cream cheese. How do you guys say cream? No, but there's an entire podcast that'll find content on whether or not you cut your hair. So, bye.
It's right, I'm here for it.
Because it's literally all they've got. Let me make a weird noise for you. Fuck you, loser.
Who are these free beers?
Thank you, Chris. Outstanding job. I appreciate that. Yoda World says, I wish there was like one at the very end. Corey says, dude sounds like a Coke addict when he's sniffing, with the sniffing. Jeremy says, this intro is fantastic. I went ahead and posted it on Facebook. And my new favorite thing now, when I post something like this on Facebook, is to tag Kelly, like I did here, as you can see. She's high lit in blue. I did this the other day as well. And then like a day and a half after I did it, she untags herself, which that and then validates she saw it because she had to remove her tag. So, I mean, that's part of this, you know. When I can get the worst thing you can do to a troll like me is to let me know that you have seen or heard something that I've done. Like if the target somehow acknowledges it by saying fuck you loser or removing a tag, that ensures that I will do this for the next 100 years. That's all I need. I'm so happy. And as everybody knows, I am the biggest supporter of Kelly. I have advocated on her behalf to get a pay raise forever. I've said she's the only interesting person on that show, despite all of the garbage that Greg talks about with what goes in the fridge and the great candle recall debate. She is the shining light on that show. Tyler says EZ is the master troll. We should all strive to reach his level of trolling. Yeah, music to my ears when someone said, yeah, you're a troll. I'm like, I know. Yes, can you tell me something I don't know? I was born for this. So fantastic. With that, though, I've got some news. Unfortunately, there is not going to be a Big Fraud show this weekend. Like normally we do like Big Fraud Wednesday, Big Fraud Thursday with Who Are These Free Beers, followed by the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. I am booked all week. I have sporting events Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay. So that's it. I'm screwed. The only way I could do it would be Sunday. But, I mean, at that point, and I've got something going on Sunday, so it would be difficult, and I don't like working on Sunday. So I'm just blowing off the whole week. I have no way to do it, unfortunately. That is very, very rare that this happens. All right. For the folks who are watching on Facebook, as always, I appreciate the time you spend visiting with me. But I'm going to kick you out right now. If you want the rest of this show, it's available on Twitch. You go to twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live or download the Twitch app and search Eric Zane Live. That way, you get the show uninterrupted Monday through Friday. I started every day at about this same time. And then you can see the show uninterrupted because for the folks on Facebook, I'm going to shut it all down for you. However, before I go, think about signing up for 7 days free to my Patreon to get, all of the content that's there. I put new stuff up every single day. There's the Patreon bonus podcast. There's the Lost Zane recordings. There's the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. There's 50, count them, 50 Dude Shadoway interviews that I lifted from the archive that you can check out. Not to mention, Who Are These Free Beers, which has 40 episodes, as I mentioned. There's also Who Are These Zanes? I've got Who Are These Justins? When we beat up Justin from when he was doing a stupid podcast. God, it was so bad. And now I think he installs roofs. But anyway, it's all there. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Sign up for 7 days free. You do have to put in a payment form. However, it is important that you cancel it right after. Why? So that I don't charge you after the 7 days. I don't want to trick you into paying for the content. Now, if after the 7 days you do want it, all you do is go back into your profile and enable the card, and I'll charge you $5 a month for all the audio, or $10 a month for all the video, live streams, and live Zooms, live audience shows that we do, and the entire archive. So you can do that. And if you want to sign up for a full year, I'll take 10%. So what is $60 a year for all the audio is $54. What is $120 a year for audio, video, live streams is $108. So there you go. I'm available as well via email if you want to say hello on the Shoreliners Striping inbox. Shoreliners Striping, they stripe athletic fields, workplace floors in like industrial settings, and parking lots. Shoreliners Striping inbox, eric@ericzaneshow.com. All right. So thank you to Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. They take care of the sponsorship on Facebook and Twitch. And they remind you that if you need your car worked on, any car, EV, or hybrid, they have you covered. 616-532-6600. That's 616-532-6600. ervines.com. That's ervines.com. We get our vehicle service there. You should too. It all starts when you take it in. Let's say you're like, yeah, it's making a grinding noise. Oh, okay. And then they're going to do the investigation. Now, how that usually goes is you then get a phone call or an email, and it says, all right, you brought it in for grinding noise. We figured out that that's the brakes. However, you have also this, and this. And two of those are extremely dire. You have to get these taken care of. This one you can wait. This one you can wait a long time. It just depends on the state of your vehicle. All right. ervines.com. That's ervines.com. Check their Google reviews. They have free loaner cars. 616-532-6600. Joe Martinez and the crew at A&E Heating and Cooling. Joe is working his way back to a clean bill of health right now and doing quite well. I was informed that by the end of the month, he'll get some results back as to what he's been struggling with to let him know, hey, you're doing great. And I'm fully confident it will. Excuse me. He did inform me that the nurses fondle his ding-dong quite often because that's the only thing he'll let me talk about, is that his personal problem involves fondling his ding-dong by nurses. If you want Joe to help you out with your furnace, AC, or anything like that, maybe you need a repair job or a new furnace or AC, A&E Heating and Cooling, 616-516-8579. That's 616-516-8579. Mention the Detroit Lions, and he will probably hang up on you for some reason. I have no idea why he's so butthurt about the Lions being awesome. All right. The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. You can find them at 231-332-6505. Buy now, refinance later. That's how they roll. They are the number one mortgage professional team in all of America, and they can help you from no matter where you are in the U.S. 231-332-6505. Thank you so much, Mario, for helping out the show. Oh, hang on. That was ugly. Supporting the show. And if you are a first-time home buyer, they can help you out with all the questions that you have about getting a mortgage. Okay. Tophus checks in from beautiful Albany, New York. He says, this morning, the idiots on Free Beer and Hot Wings sang Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody again. I swear they practiced this shit off the air because they were harmonizing and shit. Well, that actually sounds good. I'd love to hear that. They love to sing. All right. Rich says, I burned through all of the Dude Shadoway interviews in an afternoon. Best use of an hour in a while. Jeremy says, Shoreliners also stripes underwear. Get serious. It was a big hockey weekend for your old pal EZ. Couple things I need to share with you. First of all, I walked out on the ice, and I like posting these videos. Josie, who's in the score box with me when I'm doing my gig, like when I walk out on the ice, it's very, very slippery in certain spots. And those spots are where the Zamboni has resurfaced the ice. It's wet, shiny, and slick as shit. And in 20-plus years, I've never fallen once. So she's waiting for me to fall. So I have to walk clear across the ice. I did not fall this time. Why am I playing this for you then? Well, because it didn't dawn on me until somebody commented on it. JC commented, I will donate $25 to hem the pants. My God. Pooh Bear purchased me a pair of Hager slacks to go with this jacket. And he is so right. I cannot believe how shitty my pants look here.
Raise money for local charities this year.
Okay, so far so good. No big deal. But wait till you see this.
Charitable goals partners are Centennial Securities, donating $50 for every goal.
Look how bad my pants are.
Dominic Shine to kids.
They look like they're 25 sizes too big.
Fox Motors is donating $100 for every goal scored by Carter Mazer to the Griffin's Youth Foundation. Planet Fitness is donating $50 for every goal scored by Nate Danielson to the boys.
There I am on that wet spot on the ice. That's so tough to walk.
By Sheldon Dries to the
Yeah, Fred, when you come out that door and just walk by the end,
Pooh Bear, I made a comment to her because she got me the pants, and I just put them on. I don't give a fuck. I didn't even notice when I put them on. It wasn't until I got to that goddamn watching that video back and somebody made a crack about it that I was like, oh, God, they're right. Rebecca says, didn't you look in the mirror? I guess not. Nick says the EZ household has been blacklisted from all the tailors after the Gary incident. So awful. So I said to Diane, I go, hey, what do you think about these? And she goes, oh, no, they're fine. I go, I don't know that they are, Pooh Bear. So then we're over to Jackie and Justin's house yesterday for family pizza party. And Jacqueline looks at that video while we're all sitting there. She goes, what's up with your pants? And so I'm like, yeah. And I didn't say anything. But then Pooh Bear immediately, she goes, well, hey, I got you size 34 classic fit. I go, okay. She goes, I'm going to order classic or a size 34, a waist 34, length 30, which is what the other ones were, but they were classic fit. She goes, slim. I go, okay. So she bought me a new pair of pants right there. Zane's ongoing battles with anything pants related continues. That's a great point. It's an outstanding point. I thought the pants looked fine. From my perspective, which was just looking down at them, I thought, well, they're a little MC Hammerish, but I didn't think they'd look like that. And the thing is, I posted that video and didn't even occur to me. I didn't see it. I wasn't looking at that. And then there was two comments. Rick, I believe, made a comment. Rick S. made a comment about the pants, and he wrote, you need a tailor. I was like, for what? Huh? I don't get it. And then JC dropped the $25 to hem the pants. Yeah, Rick S. You need a tailor, my man. Fuck. It's embarrassing. I felt terrible about that. I'm never going to wear those pants again as long as I live. But that was just the start of my hockey stories to share with you. The first thing I want to share is there was a game on Saturday night, and I think some of you were there. I think, let's see, Rich was there. It was 0-0 with 35 seconds left. Just before that, in the final minute of the game, it's headed to overtime. 0-0 games. A 0-0 game, I should say. And the Wings have this player named Nate Danielson. He's a young guy. And one of the opposing players on the Manitoba Moose lifted the puck into the Griffins' zone. And it hit him in the fucking head. Like right in the ear. I mean, that's bad. Think about that. So this puck's flying in at 100 miles an hour, hits a guy right on the fucking ear. And he goes down like a ton of bricks. You actually hear, oh! He puts his hand over his ear, and at about this time, the puck it lands right by him. And he gets up, and he's the only one to stop the guy who's picking up the puck and going in on our goalie to attempt a game-winning shot. And Danielson manages to get up despite intense pain and goes after the guy, but he trips him. So, and the ref calls it. So, with 30 seconds left, the Moose are going on a power play. Our guy, this guy, Danielson, skates into the box. He's still holding his fucking head. He's frustrated. So now he's got injury and then insult when he gets called for tripping. He gets in the box. He's like rubbing his ear. And then in a blink of an eye, the ref drops the puck. Linesman drops the puck on a face-off. 5 seconds later, Manitoba scores. Danielson gets up. He skates out of the box, rubbing his goddamn head. It was cataclysmic. What a sequence for poor Nate Danielson. Bashed in the head, tripping in the box, watches the other team score 5 seconds into the penalty. I was still announcing the penalty. Just penalty, Nate Danielson, 2 for trip. Scores! Oh, fuck. Collective groan. There's like 9,000 people that were there. It was packed. Oh, fucking miserable. Holy shit. It's not the only hockey-related story, though. They played the same team on Friday and Saturday. This was on Saturday that this happened. Friday's game, there was this dude for the Moose. Tyson Empey is his name. He was skating in on our goalie, and somehow he got tripped or lost an edge, and he slid into our goalie. And it looked pretty innocent. I mean, anybody with a brain would see that he did not intentionally want to, like, bring this guy down. But our goalie, Sebastian Kosa, he goes flying, skates, arms, legs, elbows. Everybody kind of dusts themselves off. The play continues. Empey gets up and starts skating down the ice, and the captain of the Griffs, Josiah Didier, picks a fight with him over this. He's going to kick his ass because he ran the goalie. And so they start fighting, and Empey clocks him right in the fucking head, right between the eyes. And you could see that was the one that did it. And our guy goes down, and they're both big dudes. And our guy gets up, and he's got, you remember that Charlie Murphy, Unity, the Chappelle Show bit? I hit him in that black head of his with his ring, and it said Unity. It was like that with Rick James. And so he's got this fucking welt on his head. He skates into the box. But the dude for the other team, he sits down, and then he's talking to the guy he just punched. He goes, I'm sorry I ran your goalie. I didn't mean to. And Didier goes, yeah, no problem. He's putting ice on his head. And then after that happens, I announce the penalty. Tyson Empey, 5 for fighting. Josiah Didier, 5 for fighting at whatever time on the clock. And then I look at Empey, and right away, I look at him and I go, what the fuck am I seeing right now? This is Tyson Empey. This is a picture of him when he graduated from college. He's got like a master's degree in accounting or some shit. So he's not dumb. His hair in this picture, his graduation picture, whatever this is, his hair after that fight looked better than this picture here. I'm not kidding you. And so I take one look at him. He's just sitting there in the box with his helmet off. And I said to him, I go, dude, how the fuck does your hair look that good after you just got in a fist fight? And he's very sweet, polite guy. He goes, I don't know, eh? And tomorrow's my wash day. And everybody just fucking died. I go, look at you. You look better than anybody in this entire arena. And you just got in a fist fight. And I think you won the fight. And he goes, I think I did, eh? He ate a couple of good ones. I go, yes, he did, Tyson. Yes, he did. Wow. I swear to God, the moments that I have with these players in the box they will never get old, ever. The next night was Saturday night. That team, of course, we played them, like I said, Friday and Saturday. One of their players gets in the box Saturday, and I said to him, I go, so, who stayed out all night last night? He goes, oh, God. He goes, nobody. Back-to-back games, 3 and 4, we slept. So you know that happens. Becca says she hates mullets like our guy Tyson Empey. I think that's not a full-on mullet, though. You got to understand, mullets, they have to have shaved sides. Like, that's the real Hilljack mullet. That's just long, flowing lettuce. That is not a mullet. And even if it was a mullet, it would probably look good on hockey guys. Hockey guys worry about their hair a lot. Rebecca says that is a version of a mullet. No, it's not. That is a guy with long hair. Mullet is bangs in the front, shaved on the side. Are you one of those women who, if I say what's correct, you don't actually hear the words, and then you just say something that's wrong repeatedly? Is that how it is arguing with you? Jesus. She says, I've done hair for over 30 years. I don't give a shit. That is not a mullet. That's a hockey guy with long hair. Not a mullet. What the hell is wrong with you? Look up mullet. All right. Real mullet. Look, dits. That's a mullet. That's a mullet. This is a mullet. Okay? And it has to look like shit. That guy's hair does not look like shit. Everybody knows that, except you. Don't let her cut your hair. Clearly, she doesn't even know what a mullet is. She says there are different versions of a mullet, ass. Well, that's not a mullet. This is a nice-looking head of hair. My God. All right. Anyway, that was my hockey weekend, ladies and gentlemen. I am short of time because I have the radio station staff meeting to get to. All right? Tofa says that is not a mullet. No way. Well, yeah, I know. Becca doesn't know anything. She says, yeah, go to your fucking meeting. Before I go, though, I do want to get a couple more of these sponsors in. I know you're like, easy, God damn it. The sponsors like, look, I know, but this is literally how I make money. I remember there was one time years ago when I was really fucking busting my ass, getting as many people as possible on the show, you know, paying for weddings and such. And Amanda blurted out, hey, what's the deal with the sponsors? And I'm like, what? Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like this stuff. Yeah, well, I'm sorry, it's a free podcast. There has to be some way it generates money, moron. You entitled fuck. Well, it's getting in the way. Getting in the way of what you're talking about. Like, you fucking idiot. Holy shit. Thank you, Tag Accounting. Get your taxes done by the Tax Hobbit. Troy Ginzer at Tag Accounting. Call 616-301-9516. They can do your personal tax return from anywhere in the U.S. All it takes is one phone call to get the ball rolling. Call 616-301-9516. Say, hey, I listened to the EZ show. I'm in whatever state. I need Troy to do my taxes because EZ told me he's the best. And he is. He's done my taxes for fucking damn near 15 years. And he also does all of my business stuff, too, with the podcast. Tag Accounting, online at tagcpa.net. Thank you, Troy. TC Paintball and Dogboarding, online at tcpaintballgr.com. Book a paintball event today. You might even be able to see Gabe Jr. there. Online at tcpaintballgr.com. Book an event for you, your pals, bachelor party, workplace team building, getting the kids in the neighborhood together. Maybe even there's kids' youth leagues for little guys who are just learning paintball for the first time with the low-impact equipment. Everything you need is at TC Paintball, online at tcpaintballgr.com. And there you go. Also, a big thank you to The Green Medicine Shop. If you like if you imbibe in cannabis products, this is where I'd like you to get them. They are a little bit off the beaten path, but whatever. In Michigan, you can transport 10 ounces without any legal repercussions. That is the law. Head over to Green Medicine Shop and get 10 ounces. That'll last you. It should last you a little while. If not, you might be smoking a little too much pot. Online at thegreenmedicineshop.com, Michigan's newest recreational facility. They also have medicinal cannabis for 18 to 21-year-olds with a med card. And you can get a med card in about half an hour by going to the website, thegreenmedicineshop.com. When I do Act 2 of the show, I can't wait to tell you about what happened in the neighborhood. My name is becoming legendary in the neighborhood. All right? And it's not Mr. Z or Mr. Pop Pop. It's Rich Eric. That name was given to me by a little fella on the next street named Ryder. Can we go see Rich Eric? See if he needs his grass cut? I told you that story. Well, now there's even more to this. All right? And it all because of something that happened this weekend, and I just can't fucking wait to share this story with you. And part of this story is going to piss you off. And it's not because I did something. Chris says, should we plan on noon for part 2? Yeah, because I'm going to do the meeting, and then I'm going to let the puppy dogs out. Thanks for being here. I'll check back with you at about that time. All right, that is Act 1 of the podcast. Act 2 is available right after this one. Go check it out. What are you doing? Don't miss a second of it. Thank you so much.